educate, empower, and embrace. That is our mission. I just can't stress enough how we've been able to accomplish those things. FOA is a nonprofit that provides support and promotes recovery. And we do that through weekly meetings in 5 counties. Anyone is welcome to come, families, people in recovery, people looking for recoveries, the whole gamut. FOA got started as a result of having currently 12 years of my own recovery journey from alcohol and other drugs. My journey, however, didn't prepare me for when I found out that my daughter was using heroin. I took her to urgent care, and I didn't know it then, but she was probably in withdrawal, right? And so I looked at her arms, and she had track marks and stuff all over them, and I said, "What is that?" And she goes, "You know what that is?" And I had no clue. She was using heroin intravenously at that time. And at the end of the day, she started to educate me on how addiction was for her. And I found it really interesting. I found it really educational. It gave us a bond that we probably wouldn't have had otherwise. And I wanted to bring that education to other families. The date meeting starts at 7:30 and goes till 9. You'll see people hanging out, talking. When you come in, we always have a lot of food. I'm the facilitator, and we always open the meeting with who's here for the first time. Then we ask who's there from the family side, who's there from both sides. Then we go into having a family member volunteer to start reading the mission statement, and then we all join in. After the announcements, we'll do milestones. And Milestones is a program that I developed that celebrates progress. The struggle is real, and if they fall short, a lot of times it's like that struggle never mattered. So Milestones celebrates progress, not time. A lot of times people will say, well, how much clean time do you have? So we base everything on how much clean time someone has. Someone could have 2 years, had a 2-week hiccup, and now they have 2 weeks. So all of that recovery journey that they had gets tossed aside, and I just felt like it wasn't really uplifting. So a volunteer walks around with a platter of all different kinds of stones. People raise their hand and they say what they're taking a milestone for. And it's a sign to them that they have achieved those things and no one is going to take them away. And then we either have an open discussion or a speaker most of the time. Speakers are anything from how to sign up for Medicaid to a new provider in the area. If we don't have a speaker, open discussion either starts with a topic that I have in mind, or if you're wanting guidance on something, throw it out there. And then a collective group helps that person navigate that issue that they're having. That's where this awesome dynamic happens in the group. Take a circle of family, friends, and others over here, and you take a circle of people in recovery and you intersect them. The intersection is respect.
I found FOA through Nova House. FOA plays the biggest part of my recovery. The education and the support plays the biggest part for me. It's like my second family. What sets it apart from other things within the community is they don't only help the addicts, they help the family members as well. I love the fact that they're out in the community helping break the stigma, helping us addicts within the workplace, giving second chances and things like that. I was born and raised in a family that used alcohol and drugs. My mother and father sold drugs. I started getting curious about the age of 7. I picked up my first roach out of the ashtray. So about 12 years old, started using on a daily basis. About 15 years old, I started smoking crack cocaine. At about that time, drugs completely consumed me. I used crack cocaine until I was about 24 years old. I started to then use heroin. Then that's when my life completely spiraled out of control. My rock bottom was finding several different loved ones passed away from overdoses. I found my brother-in-law in the shed. I actually found him with the needle in his arms. I overdosed in an 8-week 4 different times. I woke up in the hospital and completely surrendered. I went into prayer. I asked God to guide and direct me. And He did. I went to the Nova House. By the grace of God, I've been clean for 14 months. I am a recovery advocate and a recovery peer for FOA, and I do peer-to-peer support at Nova House as well.
We attend a lot of outreach events, letting the community know that we're here for them. The community at large needs to understand the illness of addiction, understand that our families are impacted too. For every one person that's afflicted, whether they're doing well or not, there's at least 2 family members that love them. 23 million people that are looking for recovery. We have 46 million family members that are trying to navigate their feelings and their emotions. All families are different, and one of the biggest things I tell families is that this is a process. We're all on a roller coaster, and FOA can make that roller coaster shorter and smoother. We also have an annual rally, and that's all about bringing people together and being that face and voice, showing that A, you're not alone, and B, people can and do recover. And we've got Ryan Hampton. Ryan is our national advocate for policies and goes before committees in Washington, D.C., and really all over the United States, looking at other recovery options. We'll have 50 resources on hand. It could be a community yoga to a treatment provider to faith-based support. This year, if we're on board with how we've been growing, it'd be 2,500 to 3,000 people. We have an awesome balloon launch. White is for those past, yellow is for those seeing success in recovery, red is for hope, and green for mental health recovery. Since mental health and addiction are so closely related, we have thousands of balloons go up, eco-friendly.
Me being a drug addict, I went by the street motto, real men don't cry, and I never would talk about my problems. I would bottle everything up on the inside. So their balloon launch actually plays the very biggest part of my recovery. That's the very first time that I had shed a tear and literally let everything go. And after that, I started speaking up and asking for help.
Families, people in recovery that come to FOA come in so broken, and in about 3 times, they are hugging and they realize that it's okay, that they're okay, we're all okay, we're just spreading the hope. Really what we're known for is our big picture, and this is what I love. We do a really fast sobriety countdown. We ask everyone else who's been touched by addiction to get in this picture. We snap that. That's the picture that gets published everywhere, because this is truly the story of everyone who is affected.